Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about drilling for oil in Jamaica. Now recently the test results show that there is oil in Jamaica or offshore, but you won't know for sure until you actually drill a well and bring up the oil. So if all goes according to plan, the first well could be operational in 2027. So the next step now is drilling for oil. The scientific tests were done by United Oil and Gas, and the results show yes, there is a potential for oil in Jamaica, we should say. As we said, you have to actually dig. So the next step now is for them to get a deep water oil rig and start drilling one well, and then based on the results of that well, they will drill more. So the next step now is for United Gas and Oil to get a partner to do the drilling. Now to drill a well offshore, it's going to cost tens of millions of dollars. And there are a few companies that have expertise in this kind of drilling. Companies like ExxonMobil, Shell, and Total Energies. Those would be ideal candidates for United Gas and Oil to partner with. Now, United Gas and Oil, they have the license to drill. They have the license for the area that they did the testing. So for the drilling to be done, it has to be done through them because they hold a license. So they are going to be a key partner in this. So we are going to give you an update as to what happens next in terms of drilling. The search for oil in Jamaica has reached a decisive stage, where scientific promise must now be matched with financial strength and technical execution. At the center of this effort is United Oil and Gas, which has been leading offshore exploration activities. While early results have indicated a possible presence of hydrocarbons, the transition from exploration to actual drilling depends heavily on securing the right partners and carrying out a complex, high-cost drilling operation. One of the most critical next steps in Jamaica's oil journey is the identification of a suitable farm-out partner. In the oil and gas industry, smaller exploration companies often lack the capital required to drill expensive offshore wells. As a result, they seek partnerships with larger firms that can share both the financial burden and the technical risk. Major international oil companies such as ExxonMobil, Shell, and Total Energies are ideal candidates. These companies possess vast experience in deep water drilling and have successfully developed oil resources in frontier regions similar to Jamaica. Once a suitable partner is secured and a final investment decision is made, the project moves into the drilling phase. Offshore drilling is a highly technical and carefully planned operation. It begins with detailed well planning, where engineers determine the exact location, depth, and design of the well using seismic data and geochemical analysis. Environmental impact assessments are also conducted to minimize risks to marine ecosystems. The next stage involves mobilizing a drilling rig, typically a floating vessel such as a drill ship or semi-submersible platform. This rig is transported to the selected offshore location and positioned precisely above the drilling site. Support vessels accompany the rig, supplying equipment, fuel, and personnel necessary for the operation. Drilling begins with a process known as spudding, where a drill bit penetrates the seabed. As the well is drilled deeper, drilling mud is circulated to cool the drill bit, maintain pressure, and bring rock cuttings back to the surface for analysis. The well is constructed in sections with steel casing inserted and cemented in place to stabilize the structure and prevent leaks. Safety is a top priority, and equipment such as blowout preventers is installed to control pressure and avoid uncontrolled releases of oil or gas. As drilling progresses, advanced tools are used to analyze the surrounding rock formations. This process, known as logging, helps engineers determine whether oil is present and in what quantities. Once the target depth is reached, the well is tested to measure the flow rate and pressure of any discovered hydrocarbons. This stage ultimately determines whether the discovery is commercially viable. The outcome of the first exploration well is critical. A dry well would mean no oil is present in that location, while a small discovery may not justify further investment. However, a successful commercial discovery could transform Jamaica's economic landscape, leading to additional wells, infrastructure development, and eventual oil production. In conclusion, Jamaica's path toward oil production depends on two key factors: securing a capable international partner and successfully drilling its first exploration well. While the process is complex, expensive, and uncertain, the potential rewards are significant. If successful, oil drilling could reshape the nation's energy sector and economic future. However, until a well confirms commercially viable reserves, Jamaica remains a frontier exploration zone standing at the threshold of possibility. Alright, guys, that's the end of the update. Let us know what you think. Leave your comments in the section below. Alright, guys, have a good day.